Welcome back to our channel Coin Star, the ultimate spot for coin collectors, history lovers, and anyone curious about how a simple piece of metal can be worth hundreds or even thousands of dollars. Today, we're diving into one of the most underrated yet fascinating coins in American currency history, the 1978 Roosevelt dime. You might think it's just 10 cents, but what if I told you this dime could be worth up to $687 or more? Yes, you heard that right. This tiny coin has secrets hiding in plain sight. So grab your coin jar, check your old pocket change, and stick around because we're about to reveal everything, from its powerful origin story, its stunning design, the most sought-after errors, and how you can spot one worth hundreds of dollars. Let's begin. Scroll Part 1, The Birth of the Roosevelt Dime. To understand why the 1978 Roosevelt dime matters, we have to go back in time, to the legacy of Franklin Delano Roosevelt, the 32nd President of the United States. Roosevelt led the country through the darkest hours of the Great Depression and World War II. But beyond politics, he left a personal mark that touched millions, founding the March of Dimes, a campaign to fight polio, a disease that he personally battled for most of his life. Following his death in 1945, the United States decided to honor his memory by placing his portrait on the 10-cent coin. And so, starting in 1946, the Roosevelt dime replaced the winged Liberty dime, often called the Mercury dime. The design was created by John R. Sinek, the chief engraver of the United States Mint. His initials JS appear subtly at the base of Roosevelt's neck, a feature that would later spark rumors and myths we'll talk about later. Magnifying glass tilted right. Part 2, What makes the 1978 Roosevelt dime special? Fast forward to 1978, a time when the U.S. Mint was producing billions of coins annually. The economy was growing, inflation was rising, and coins were being minted for wide circulation. The 1978 Roosevelt dime was struck in 3 locations: Philadelphia, with no mint mark; Denver, with a small D mint mark; San Francisco, which produced proof coins with an S mint mark. The coin is made of a clad composition, meaning it has an outer layer of copper-nickel bonded to an inner core of pure copper. Its diameter is 17.91 millimeters, and it weighs 2.27 grams. Now you might think, well, it's common, so it must be worthless. That's where you're wrong. Because even among the millions produced, a handful of dimes stand out, with errors, conditions, and varieties that make them worth a fortune. Money bag. Part 3, The Value, from pocket change to hundreds of dollars. Let's talk money. The average 1978 dime in circulated condition is still worth only its face value, 10 cents. But when we step into the world of mint state coins and rare error varieties, the game completely changes. A 1978 D Roosevelt dime in pristine condition, graded MS 68 by PCGS, once sold for over $400 at auction. But that's just the beginning. What if your coin has a full bands designation? This means the horizontal lines in the torch on the reverse are fully visible and unbroken, a sign of a sharp, high-quality strike. Coins with full bands can double or even triple in value. Then come the proof coins. A 1978 S Roosevelt dime in deep cameo finish can fetch $50 to $150, depending on its grade. But those are just standard proofs. Let's move on to the true money makers, the rare errors. Police car light. Part 4, Error coins that are worth up to $687. Some coins minted in 1978 escaped the mint with incredible mistakes, and collectors go wild for them. Here are some to look for. Off-center strike. If the dime was not properly aligned when struck, you might see part of the design missing or shifted. A 1978 Roosevelt dime struck 15 to 30% off-center can be worth between $100 and $300, depending on condition. Double die obverse, one of the most famous and valuable errors. This happens when the die used to strike the coin shifts between strikes, creating a doubled image. If you see doubling in the words Liberty or In God We Trust, you may be holding a coin worth over $500. No mint mark errors. A few rare proof coins from San Francisco are missing their mint mark altogether. This error is incredibly rare and can push the value into the $600 plus range, especially if certified by a major grading service. Clipped planchet. This happens when the coin blank was cut incorrectly, resulting in a crescent-shaped missing edge. These coins can sell for $100 to $200, depending on how dramatic the clip is. Wrong planchet errors. imagine finding a dime struck on a cent or foreign coin blank. These rare anomalies are highly prized by collectors and can fetch $687 or more. Chart increasing. Part 5, Market Trends and Why Values Keep Rising. Here's the exciting part. Coin collecting is more popular now than ever. Auction houses like Heritage Auctions and Stack's Bowers are reporting record-breaking prices for modern coin errors and mint state dimes. The Roosevelt dime series, long considered common, is now under the spotlight. As more collectors chase the full set, demand for pristine and rare examples has surged. Coins once valued at a few dollars are now hitting triple digits and beyond, and thanks to social media, YouTube, and online marketplaces like eBay and Etsy, even casual collectors can join in. A recent eBay auction listed a 1978 Roosevelt dime with a dramatic off-center error for $687, and it sold within days. Detective Part 6, How to Check Your 1978 Dime. Here's what you need to do right now. Grab any 1978 dimes you have in your coin jar or old wallet. Look for the mint mark. No mint mark means it's from Philadelphia. D means Denver. S means San Francisco. Inspect the coin under good light or a magnifier. Focus on the lettering, especially Liberty, In God We Trust, and 1978. Look for doubling. Flip the coin. Check the torch on the reverse. Are the bands at the base sharp and complete? That's full bands. Check the edges. Are they clean or is there a clip or irregular shape? Weigh the coin. A standard 1978 Roosevelt dime should weigh about 2.27 grams. If yours is significantly heavier or lighter, it could be struck on the wrong planchet. That if you think you have something rare, submit it to a grading service like PCGS or NGC. A certified grade boosts its value and helps you sell it with confidence. Direct Hit Part 7, Final Thoughts. From dime to diamond. Who would have thought that a simple dime from 1978 could be a hidden treasure? It's not just about luck, it's about knowledge, curiosity, and a keen eye. Whether you're a seasoned collector or just starting out, the 1978 Roosevelt dime is a perfect example of how history, rarity, and mystery can turn 10 cents into hundreds of dollars. And remember, the highest recorded sale for a Roosevelt dime from this era, in mint condition with rare error features, reached a staggering $687. And who knows? Yours might be next. That if you found this video helpful, don't forget to smash the like button, subscribe for more treasure hunting tips, and ring that notification bell so you never miss a chance to turn your spare change into serious cash. Drop a comment below if you've ever found a rare dime or want help identifying your coin. I read every single comment. Where we dive deep into the fascinating world of coins, where ordinary pocket change might just make you a millionaire. And today, oh boy, we've got something truly exciting for you. We're talking about a dime. Yes, you heard that right, a single 10-cent coin. But not just any dime, we're talking about the legendary 1995 P. Roosevelt dime, minted in Philadelphia, with the iconic Liberty, the proud In God We Trust, and the classic American legacy stamped right into its metal. Believe it or not, this humble coin could be worth up to $6,687 or even more. Grab your coin jar, check your drawers, and stay locked in, because by the end of this video, you'll know exactly what to look for, and who knows, maybe you're sitting on a small fortune. Let's get started. Part 1, The Origin and Design of the Roosevelt Dime. Our story begins way back in 1946, just after the death of President Franklin D. Roosevelt. As a tribute to his leadership and legacy, especially his efforts in founding the March of Dimes to fight polio, the United States Mint decided to honor him on the 10-cent coin. The Roosevelt dime replaced the Mercury dime, and since then, his image has graced the front of every U.S. dime, designed by John R. Sinek, the chief engraver of the United States Mint at the time. The coin features a clean, confident profile of Roosevelt facing left. To the left of his portrait is the word Liberty, and just below is the powerful phrase, In God We Trust, a motto that has stood tall on U.S. currency for decades. The year of minting, in this case, 1995, appears at the bottom, while the mint mark, P, to the right of Roosevelt's neck tells us it was struck at the Philadelphia Mint. Now flip that coin over, the reverse of the dime is just as symbolic. We see a torch, representing Liberty. On its left, an olive branch, a symbol of peace, and on the right, an oak branch, representing strength and independence. All of this is framed by the phrases, United States of America, e pluribus unum, and of course, the coin's denomination, 1 dime. That it's a small coin, yes, but it carries massive historical and cultural weight. Part 2. The 1995 P. Roosevelt dime, what makes it so special? Now let's zoom into the year 1995, specifically the 1995 P. Roosevelt dime. Over 1.1 billion of these coins were minted in Philadelphia alone, so you might be wondering, what could possibly make one of them worth over $6,000? Here's the twist. Not all dimes are created equal, while most 1995 P dimes are only worth their face value, 10 cents. A very small number of these coins have something unique. That we're talking about mint errors, high grades, and rare varieties that can drive collectors wild and send auction prices through the roof. Part 3, Valuable error types and what to look for. Let's break down some of the most desirable error types and conditions that make the 1995 P. Roosevelt dime so valuable. 1. Full bands, FB, on the torch. One of the most collectible features on a Roosevelt dime is whether the torch on the reverse shows full horizontal bands. This is known as a full band, FB, designation. That it means the coin was sharply struck and shows exceptional detail, which is extremely rare, especially in circulated coins. Point 2. Off-center strikes. If the coin was misaligned during the minting process and appears to be off-center, even slightly, collectors will pay a premium, especially if the date is still visible. Point 3. Double die errors, DDR or DDO. A double die means the design was stamped twice at slightly different angles, creating a shadow or doubling effect, usually seen on the words, Liberty, In God We Trust, or the date. Point 4. Clipped planchets. This happens when the coin blank, or planchet, was clipped before striking, creating a curved or straight cut on the edge of the coin. Point 5. Broad strikes or missing ridges. Sometimes the coin is struck without the retaining collar, causing the design to stretch or appear larger with a smooth edge. These error coins are exceptionally rare and highly collectible, but that's not all. Part 4, Condition is everything. The MS68 plus factor. Even without a dramatic mint error, a 1995 P. Roosevelt dime can still be worth thousands. If it's in pristine condition. That we're talking about a mint state 68 or higher, near perfect, flawless coins that look like they just came off the press. Coins are graded by the Numismatic Guarantee Corporation, NGC, or Professional Coin Grading Service, PCGS, on a scale from 1 to 70. Most coins you find in your change are in circulated condition, usually grades MS60 or below, but if you happen to find one in MS67 or MS68, especially with full bands, collectors will compete to add it to their collection. And guess what? A 1995 P. Roosevelt dime graded MS68 with full bands was sold for a jaw-dropping $6,687 at auction. Yes, a 10-cent coin worth nearly $7,000. Part 5, How to check your coins. So now you're probably wondering, how do I know if my dime is worth anything? Start by checking the basics. Look for the P mint mark on the right side of Roosevelt's neck. Inspect the coin under a magnifying glass or microscope for any signs of doubling, clipped edges, or misstrikes. Check the condition. Is it shiny, clean, and sharp, or dull and worn? Look at the torch on the reverse. Do the horizontal bands show up clearly? If yes, you might have a full bands dime. That if your coin looks promising, it might be worth sending it to a professional grading service like PCGS or NGC. They'll authenticate, grade, and encapsulate it, which can drastically increase its market value. Part 6. Current market and collector demand. Let's talk money. The market for rare Roosevelt dimes has been heating up, especially as more collectors turn their eyes toward modern rarities, with the right error, the right condition, and the right timing. The value of a 1995 P. Roosevelt dime can jump dramatically. Circulated coins in average condition are worth 10 to 25 cents, uncirculated coins in MS63 to MS65 condition might fetch $3 to $15. A full bands MS67 dime can go for hundreds of dollars, and a top-graded MS68 full bands, as we said, $6,687 or more. Prices vary depending on demand, rarity, and overall appeal. Auctions, private collectors, and online platforms like eBay can be goldmines, both for buyers and sellers. OUTRL, final thoughts and call to action. So there you have it, the story of the 1995 P. Roosevelt dime. A small coin with a big legacy. And an even bigger price tag if you're lucky. It's incredible to think that a dime that's probably lying unnoticed in your couch cushions or tucked away in a jar could be worth thousands of dollars. All it takes is a little knowledge, a sharp eye, and a passion for treasure hunting. So next time you get change back from the store, don't overlook the dimes, inspect them closely. You just might strike silver, or in this case, gold. Have you ever found a valuable coin like this? Do you have a 1995 P dime in your collection? Drop a comment below and share your story. And if you found this video helpful, don't forget to hit that like button, subscribe for more coin treasure content, and turn on the notification bell so you never miss a potential jackpot in your pocket change. Thanks for watching. And until next time, happy collecting and keep hunting for those hidden treasures. Did you know that a small dime from 1998, yes, just 10 cents, could actually be worth more than $66,000 today? Yes, you heard that right. A 1998 Roosevelt dime minted in Philadelphia with the P mint mark, a coin that you might have walked past on the sidewalk or found in your change jar, could be one of the most valuable treasures hiding in plain sight. In today's video, we're diving deep into the fascinating story of the 1998 P. Roosevelt dime. We'll explore its design, its place in American coin history, how to spot the most valuable versions, and why collectors around the world are going crazy for this tiny silver-like coin. So buckle up, because by the end of this video, you might just find yourself running to check every dime in your piggy bank. Transition effect, sparks fly across the screen, revealing the words, History of the 1998 Roosevelt dime. Let's start with a bit of background. The Roosevelt dime has been a staple in American coinage since 1946. It was introduced to honor President Franklin Delano Roosevelt, who led the nation through the Great Depression and most of World War II. He also founded the March of Dimes, an organization that worked to combat polio, a disease he battled throughout his life. So when Roosevelt passed away in 1945, it was only fitting that the U.S. Mint would honor him with a coin, and the 10-cent piece was the perfect choice. Fast forward to 1998. This was a time before smartphones, before TikTok, before Facebook. Yet in the world of coins, 1998 was a year of subtle shifts, oddities, and unexpected treasures. Over 1.2 billion Roosevelt dimes were struck at the Philadelphia Mint in 1998, all bearing the small P mint mark just to the right of Roosevelt's neck. That massive number might make you think these coins are worthless today. But don't be so quick to judge, because within that ocean of coins, there are hidden gems. Cut to a slow zoom of a high-grade 1998 P dime under magnification. Now let's talk design. On the obverse, or front, of the coin, you'll see a left-facing portrait of Franklin Roosevelt. His name curves around the top. Beneath his chin, the words, "In God We Trust," are engraved. To the right of his neck, you'll find the year, 1998, and just above that, the mint mark, P, for Philadelphia. The reverse side features a torch in the center, symbolizing liberty. To the left of the torch is an olive branch representing peace. To the right is an oak branch symbolizing strength and independence. Around the edge of the reverse, the words, United States of America, and, one dime, are boldly stamped. It's simple, classic, and has remained largely unchanged for over 75 years. But here's where it gets exciting. Despite being a common coin, the 1998 P. Roosevelt dime has become a sleeper hit in the coin collecting world. Why? Because certain rare versions of this coin, especially those in perfect condition or with rare minting errors, have sold for absolutely mind-blowing prices. Cut to a headline, 1998 P dime sells for $66,767 at auction. Yes. That's not a typo. Over $66,000. So how can a 10-cent coin be worth that much? Let's break it down. First, let's talk about condition and grading. The most valuable coins are those that are in mint state, with no wear, scratches, or discoloration. These coins are graded by professional grading companies like PCGS or NGC on a scale from 1 to 70. A coin graded MS-70 is considered perfect, flawless under 5x magnification. It's incredibly rare for a 1998 P dime to be found in this condition. But when it is, the value skyrockets. Even coins graded MS-68 or MS-69 can sell for thousands of dollars. Cut to a table showing coin grades and prices. MS-65, $30. MS-67, $300. MS-68, $1,500. MS-69, $12,000. MS-70, $66,767. Next up, errors and varieties. Some 1998 P dimes were struck with slight misalignments, double dies, or other minting mistakes. A double die, for example, shows slight doubling of the lettering or numbers, especially around the words, "In God We Trust," or the date. These errors can make a coin extremely valuable to collectors. Another rare variety includes the no mint mark error, which shouldn't happen for a 1998 P coin. If you ever find a 1998 Roosevelt dime with no mint mark, have it checked by an expert immediately. Cut to how to spot a valuable 1998 P dime. So how do you know if your 1998 P dime is valuable? Here's what to look for. Mint condition. Look for coins that are shiny, with no scratches or signs of wear. Mint errors. Check closely for doubling in the letters or numbers. Use a magnifying glass or loupe. No mint mark. If there's no P and the coin is from 1998, that could be an extremely rare error. Grading. If your coin looks nearly perfect, it's worth sending to a professional grader. Full bands. On the reverse, look at the torch. If you can clearly see all the horizontal bands around the torch, that's called full bands, and it adds significant value. Cut to a collector's showcase. So what's the current market for the 1998 P Roosevelt dime? As of this year, collectors are paying more than ever for top grade and error coins. The demand for Roosevelt dimes, especially rare years and mint errors, has surged. Some top dealers are paying over $60,000 for MS-70 examples. Even MS-67 coins can sell for hundreds or thousands of dollars. Coin collecting isn't just a hobby anymore, it's an investment. A single lucky find could change your life. And the best part? These coins are still out there. In your drawer. In your wallet. In your local coin shop or bankroll. Cut to host holding up a 1998 P dime, so next time you get change back from the store, don't ignore the dimes. Take a second. Look at the date. Look at the mint mark. You never know, that one small coin could be your ticket to thousands or even tens of thousands of dollars. Before we wrap up, here's a quick checklist. Look for the P mint mark on the obverse, check for full bands on the torch, search for doubling in the lettering, verify condition. The shinier and cleaner, the better. Consider getting your coin graded if it looks flawless. Closing scene, epic music swells. And there you have it, the surprising, hidden value of the 1998 P Roosevelt dime. A simple, everyday coin with a chance to change your financial story. If you've enjoyed this video, hit that like button, subscribe for more coin collecting content, and let me know in the comments, have you ever found a rare dime in your pocket change? Where history meets mystery, and small coins bring in big money. Today, we're diving into a tiny treasure that might be hiding in your pocket, your piggy bank, or maybe even forgotten in a drawer somewhere. We're talking about the 2006 P Roosevelt dime. Yes, that little 10-cent piece with Roosevelt's face on it. But guess what? Some of these dimes are now worth over $25,875 and climbing in value as we speak, so stick around, because in this video, we're covering everything from the coin's fascinating history to the jaw-dropping reasons why collectors are paying a fortune for the right version of this small but mighty dime. And of course, we'll explore the current coin market, what makes your dime valuable, and how you can find out if you're holding a hidden goldmine. Part 1, The History of the Roosevelt Dime. 120, let's take it back to the roots. The Roosevelt dime was first minted in 1946 to honor Franklin Delano Roosevelt, the 32nd President of the United States. Why Roosevelt? Because he played a key role in fighting polio and founding the March of Dimes, an organization that helped raise money for polio research. FDR passed away in 1945, and the very next year, the U.S. Mint decided to commemorate him on the dime, replacing the earlier Mercury dime design. Ever since, his profile has appeared on the obverse side, the front of every U.S. dime minted to this day. The Roosevelt dime design we know and recognize was created by John R. Sinek, the chief engraver of the United States Mint. It's simple, elegant, and rich in symbolism. Now, fast forward to 2006. That year, the U.S. Mint struck dimes at both the Philadelphia Mint, marked with a P, and the Denver Mint, marked with a D. But only a select few of those 2006 P. Roosevelt dimes became ultra-valuable. And the reason why is truly fascinating. Part 2, why is the 2006 P dime so valuable? 350, you might be wondering, it's just a modern coin, right? Why on earth would a 2006 dime be worth over $25,000? Well, here's where it gets interesting. Certain 2006 P dimes have rare errors, unusual die varieties, and pristine conditions that drive collectors wild. Let's break it down. Some 2006 P dimes were struck using misaligned dies, which caused Roosevelt's face or the lettering to be off-center. Others show what's called double die errors, where parts of the coin design, such as the words "Liberty" or "In God We Trust," appear to be doubled or shadowed due to a minting mistake. And then there are the dimes with full torch bands on the reverse. That's right, the back of the coin with the torch, olive branch, and oak branch. A full bands, FB, designation means the lines on the torch are sharply struck, with no flattening or weak spots. That level of detail is incredibly rare, especially on coins from 2006. Collectors seek out coins in near-perfect condition, graded MS68 or higher by professional grading services like PCGS or NGC. And if a 2006 P. Roosevelt dime has both a high grade and an error or rare variety, the value can skyrocket. One such dime was recently auctioned for a jaw-dropping $25,875, and experts believe its value could increase even further in the next few years. Part 3, what to look for in your 2006 P dime. 630. Now here's the part you've been waiting for. How to tell if your 2006 P dime is one of the lucky ones. Start by grabbing a magnifying glass or jeweler's loupe and examining both sides of the coin. Here's what to check: mint mark, P, located just above the date. Make sure it's from Philadelphia. Lettering clarity, look closely at Liberty and In God We Trust. Is the lettering doubled? Fuzzy? That might be a double die. Full torch bands. On the back, check the torch between the olive branch and oak. Are the horizontal lines clear and distinct? If yes, you might have a full bands dime. Strike quality, is every detail sharp and crisp? Weak strikes won't fetch much, but a perfect strike is gold to collectors. No scratches or wear, a circulated coin has much less value. The most valuable dimes are in mint state, meaning they look like they just came out of the mint. If you suspect you've got something rare, don't clean the coin. Instead, send it to a reputable grading service like PCGS or NGC to get it authenticated and professionally graded. Part 4, Coin Market Insights. 915, let's talk money, real money. The rare coin market has been booming, and the Roosevelt dime series is gaining momentum. Coins like the 2006 P with rare errors and high grades are seeing increased demand from collectors and investors alike. In auctions and private sales, top quality 2006 P dimes have sold for $2,000 to $5,000 for MS67 examples with full bands, $10,000 or more for MS68 full bands. And yes, that incredible $25,875 sale was for a perfect combination of condition, rarity, and market timing. So if you think your coin is just worth 10 cents, think again. With the right traits, your little dime could be worth more than a brand new car or a college tuition payment. And as time goes on, the value of these rarities continues to climb, especially as the number of pristine examples drops due to circulation wear. Part 5, Final Tips for Collectors. 1210. Before we wrap up, here are a few pro collector tips to help you on your coin hunting journey. Always check your change. You never know when a valuable dime might slip through. Look through coin rolls. Buying or exchanging rolls of dimes from the bank is a great way to find hidden gems. Join online coin communities. Forums like CoinTalk, Reddits r/coins, and Facebook groups are full of knowledge and real-world stories. Invest in a coin scale and magnifier. These tools can help you detect errors, planchets, and weight anomalies. Study auction results. Watch what sells on heritage auctions, eBay, and great collections. Patterns will emerge, and you'll learn what buyers are really looking for. OUTRO, 1430, so there you have it, friends, the full story of the 2006 P. Roosevelt dime, a tiny coin with a legendary legacy, and possibly one of the most valuable pieces in your collection right now. Who would have thought that a 10-cent coin could be worth $25,875 or even more? Make sure you check your coins, stay informed, and never underestimate the power of pocket change. If you found this video helpful or fascinating, do me a huge favor, hit that like button, subscribe for more coin stories and treasure hunting tips, and drop a comment below if you found a 2006 P dime or any rare coin in your change. You never know, your story might be featured in our next video. Until next time, happy collecting, and may your next coin be worth a fortune. Where we uncover the world's most valuable coins hiding in plain sight. Today, I've got an absolute stunner for you. You might think it's just a tiny 10-cent piece, but what if I told you that a simple 2011 P. Roosevelt dime could be worth a jaw-dropping $24,325? Yes, you heard that right. $24,325. For a dime.so. Before you spend that little silver coin on gum or drop it into a vending machine, stick around, because today, we're diving deep into the history, rarity, and real market value of the 2011 P. Roosevelt dime. You might just have a treasure in your pocket. Intro music fades out. Segment 1, The Legacy of the Roosevelt Dime. Let's go back in time for just a moment. The Roosevelt dime was first introduced in 1946, just 1 year after the death of President Franklin D. Roosevelt. This coin was designed to honor his leadership, especially during the Great Depression and World War II, and his commitment to public health through the March of Dimes initiative to fight polio. Designed by John R. Sinek, the Roosevelt dime replaced the Mercury dime and became an American icon. It has remained in circulation ever since, over 75 years and counting. Now, you might be wondering, why 2011? What makes the 2011 P. Roosevelt dime so special? Segment 2, The 2011 P. Roosevelt dime. What to look for in 2011. The Philadelphia Mint produced millions of Roosevelt dimes, and to most people, they all look the same. But hidden among those coins are a very small number of dimes with unique characteristics. These are not just coins, they're rare collectibles. So let's break it down. The front side of the coin features the profile of President Franklin D. Roosevelt, with the words Liberty, Indiana, God We Trust, and the year 2011, along with the P Mint mark, which stands for the Philadelphia Mint. Now, most of these dimes are common. But what makes some of them so valuable are errors, high grades, and special varieties that collectors go crazy for. Segment 3, Error coins that turn dimes into dollars. Let's talk about coin errors. Point 1, of the biggest reasons a 2011 P dime could be worth over $24,000 is due to minting errors. These are mistakes made at the mint that cause coins to be produced abnormally. And collectors? They love errors. Here are some error types you should watch out for. Double die obverse, DDO. This means the image or text on the front of the coin appears doubled. It's most obvious in the words, Liberty, or, In God We Trust. Off-center strikes. This happens when the coin is not properly aligned in the press and only part of the design is struck. Some even appear with over 50% missing. Rare off-center dimes can fetch thousands. Missing clad layer. Roosevelt dimes are made from a clad combination of copper and nickel. If one of those layers is missing, the coin will look odd, almost copper in color, and that's another jackpot. Die cracks and cuds. These look like raised lines or blobs of metal on the coin due to a damaged die. Some collectors prize these unique flaws that make each coin one of a kind. These errors are incredibly rare, and when graded by professional agencies like PCGS or NGC, they can fetch thousands, even tens of thousands, at auction. Segment 4, High-grade coins. The MS perfect factor. But let's say your 2011 P. Roosevelt dime looks normal. No major error visible. Don't toss it away just yet. Even a perfect condition coin, known as a mint state (MS) coin, can be extremely valuable. Graded coins are rated on a scale from 1 to 70, and coins in MS 68, MS 69, or a perfect MS 70 are incredibly rare. In 2011, the vast majority of Roosevelt dimes entered circulation. They got scratched, handled, dropped, and worn. But a small handful were preserved in flawless condition, maybe kept in a coin roll, or never even touched by human hands, these ultra-high-grade coins have fetched prices as high as $24,325 at major auction houses, like Heritage Auctions and Stack's Bowers. That's the magic of rarity combined with condition. Segment 5, Market Trends. Why now is the time to check your coins, you may ask? Why are these coins going up in value now? Simple. Coin collecting is seeing a massive boom in interest worldwide. The younger generation is diving into numismatics thanks to TikTok, YouTube, and social media. Add to that inflation, a growing collector base, and the thrill of the hunt, and prices are skyrocketing. Collectors want coins that are rare. Coins that are pristine. Coins with a story, and the 2011 P. Roosevelt dime checks all those boxes, whether it's an error coin, a high-grade mint specimen, or even part of a special collector's set. These coins are being scooped up by investors and collectors alike. Segment 6, How to check your 2011 P dime for value. Alright, so what should you do right now? Step 1, grab your coins. If you've got a jar, a drawer, or a pile of change somewhere, go through it. Look specifically for the year 2011, the P mint mark for Philadelphia, any visible doubling in the text, off-center images, color differences, and of course, coins that look brand new. Step 2, if you find anything suspicious or flawless, don't clean it. Cleaning can damage your coin and reduce its value. Step 3, consider having it professionally graded. Services like PCGS, Professional Coin Grading Service, or NGC, Numismatic Guarantee Corporation, can authenticate your coin and give it a proper value rating. Segment 7, Real-Life Auction Sales, Proof that it's worth it. Let me share some real-life examples. A 2011 P. Roosevelt dime graded MS68 with full bands. That means the lines on the torch on the reverse are fully visible and sharp, sold for over $2,000. A rare Misstrike 2011 P dime with a partial collar error fetched $9,000. And the highest sale so far. A perfectly struck, pristine MS70 dime, part of a collector's showcase, went for an astonishing $24,325 at auction. These aren't fantasy numbers. These are real sales from trusted auction houses. And the best part? There could be more of these rare coins out there, just waiting to be discovered. Closing segment, your treasure awaits, so next time you hold a dime, don't see it as just 10 cents. It could be your ticket to $24,325. With a little patience, a sharp eye, and some knowledge, you might just be sitting on a fortune without even knowing it. Coin collecting isn't just a hobby anymore. It's an adventure. It's treasure hunting. And it's something that anyone, young or old, can get into. So what are you waiting for? Go check those coins, and if you find a special 2011 P. Roosevelt dime, let us know in the comments below. Who knows, maybe your story will be the next big coin discovery we feature on the channel. Smash that like button, subscribe for more rare coin secrets, and hit the bell icon so you don't miss the next $1 million find. Thanks for watching, and remember, your next dime could be worth a diamond fortune. Outro music.